Any Squared Spotlight Art Talks highlight member and friend artists of all ages and experiences.
This recording, everyone. Um, Follow on Instagram at SUAVECHICAGO. The information will be at the end of the slide. Or feel free to Google Hades Underworld Tattoos, Chicago. Also, guys, give any squared group here in Logan a big follow. Their community, give Tracy a follow. A lot of artists that you can connect with are here. So please feel free to ask questions on how you can connect with other artists or be a part of what we're doing.
5 minutes of
And we'll start off with a freestyle. Why not, right? A little freestyle. Kick it off. It's a freestyle. It's an art session. Over here, man. Ain't never guessing. All up on this shit. And man, I learned my lesson. I've been over it. I've been done with stressing. See this shit, got the vesting. All up on this shit, man. Stark a Smith and Weston. See that shit. And every time I'm in the studio, I just get my shit. Every time I'm in the studio, I just get a grip of it. My mind twists a bit. Something like a Twizzler when I'm all up in there. See that shit? Every time I'm in the windy city, got to go ahead and get like 50 or hundreds. Cause man, these guys just be gunning and I don't want to be that man who's running. I see that shit every time I'm in that shit. It's no fun. But I just pray for the God of the sun. I know that any square got me on Wednesday. And any square got me on Wednesday. And Tracy over here say, hey, hey, hey. And any square got me on Wednesday. And any square got you on Wednesday. And if you feeling a little bit tipsy, come to any square, man, do some art. Hey, 10 out of 10. Hey, go crazy. All right, we're about to kick this art talk off. Artist of the month, Suave, Chicago. Oh, that's my sister. That's crazy. Hey, and any square got me on Wednesday. And any square got me on Wednesday. And when I'm feeling lazy, I don't want to talk to nobody. I can sit over here and be with myself or even talk to my shawty. Hey, and when I'm feeling lazy, man, I know this lady. And her name is Tracy. And her name is Tracy. Yo, thank you, Any Squared, for hosting me. Thank you guys for coming out.
Hey everybody. Welcome to Any Squared Spotlight. It's our art talk that we're having about once a month, maybe once every month or every 6 weeks now. And we're doing a hybrid thing where we're doing it in the studio and online. It'll be streamed on Saturday too. But today we have Suave, who has been a part of the studio for many, many years. And he draws, he paints, he does tattoos, he's a graffiti artist. He's Chicago born in Humboldt Park, and he's going to tell us about himself, his influences, about his art, and we're going to try to figure out how to show you on the Zoom and in the studio all of the things. Okay. So Suave, take it away. Start talking, but you gotta be close to the mic. because we have one computer.
All right, guys. I'm Suave. I was born and raised in Humboldt Park, Chicago. I just want to give everyone just like a quick view of who's here. ANYSQUARED, say what's up. Low key. Yeah. I just want to show some of my artwork here in person. Little view. And then everything that's on the wall or what I was able to bring.
We also have it in slides.
Yeah, so we'll start a slideshow of everything as I just continue to talk. My whole life, I've just been born and raised in Humboldt Park. I've been doing graffiti, and graffiti has allowed me to expand and meet more friends. And really, I started doing graffiti to meet friends because I was kind of shy. And it changed me. It changed who I knew I was and who I thought I was through the art of letters. Just I was making $5 off of people in grammar school to do their names or their mom's names, and then I'd be able to buy stuff from the corner store afterwards. Um, Moving forward, I just kind of always struggled with who I thought I was and who I thought I needed to be, and I was an athlete for a lot of my life, and it took me away from the whole art scene in a way because of how focused you have to be as like a student athlete growing up. When I wasn't like practicing or at practice or at school or whatever, I was just bombing until so I wouldn't have to go back home. I've been doing that for so many years of my life that um, I ended up wrestling in college, and I was still at night.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I wrestled at Triton College. Yeah, I did really good. I did really good in high school, and then I got injured, and I realized that art, no matter what, is gonna always be there for me as an artist. You see, these athletes, they can only go as far as their bodies are willing to go without breaking, but the mind will never break. It'll just keep growing and growing and growing. As long as you cater to it, you know what I'm saying? So like the best artists I think in the world are probably in their 50s or 60s because they're right at the peak, and like you just keep growing, until your body, like I said, decides you got to go a different direction. Um, Growing up in Chicago is tough, super tough. Growing up in the hood, growing up like anywhere and just traveling anywhere that you're not used to, or being places or around people that you think you can trust, but at the end of the day, you just can't because they have ulterior motives. It's hard as an artist. It's hard for everyone. I want to start the slideshow from when I was got my first apartment being in Pilsen, and then I got really into photography, and I didn't have my heart set on tattooing. I was tattooing, and I had apprenticed in a few shops, but they didn't treat me the way that I wanted to at a very young age. And I'm like not for no bullshit. I'm not for none of that. Excuse my language, but um, if I don't feel my worth, I leave very fast. And it took me a long time to know my worth because the person who was treating me the worst was myself. These are photographs that I took when I worked at a job on the Spirit of Chicago in downtown Navy Pier. I know you guys can't see them, but if you guys just like go on your phones later on, you guys can see the recap. Each of these photos are going to be blown up and eventually collaborated with a gallery and to be sold. If you guys do want to come up and see, you guys can always come up and see as well. All of them are labeled, but the special thing about these photos is that they're taken with a natural lighting without any editing at all. No type of Photoshop. These are 100% natural photos that I've. Each one of these photos, you can imagine, I've took 100 trying to get that perfect one, and sometimes that's what it takes. I really love the cloud formations and the way that I'm a Christian man, so the way that like God, painted the sky. So after doing this, I just was working too many jobs and I wasn't doing what I loved, but I was still tattooing where I can or guest spotting at tattoo shops such as Forever Ink, Top Shelf Tattoos, and I've worked at Komodo Tattoos in Inglewood. So I was doing this in and out of shops for about the 4 years, just where I can and learning where I can off of who I can. I decided photography wasn't for me once I lost that camera. I was going to college and this piece right here is the first piece that I had did when I first came here at ANYSQUARED, and it allowed me to really look at what I'm drawing. I made, like, you can still see the lines within the draft that I have in order to paint it just like how it came out, and I sell these prints as well. I started doing canvases. So this canvas is right over here. Um, a lot of canvases that I've done in the beginning are gone because they're sold or they're given to family. The pieces that I have right now, I just make prints and I sell the prints in order to make it more affordable for people. After painting and just trying to get my skills up, I needed money. I decided to focus my direction to painting kids' faces. And I was a kids' face painter, entertainment. From there, I started really pushing myself to just paint anywhere on people's arms, legs, and that led me to doing body art. Doing body art and still like practicing tattoos was just like hand in hand because of the curvatures of the skin, the stretching of the skin, the way that skin moves, and it's all connected, but each cell is its own, and you have to treat each part of that in that sense. And you know, with kids' faces, how gentle that skin is and fresh that skin is. Using kids' safe paint to make accurate lines while they're moving. Really,
I saw you
really,
face painting at Art in the Park.
yeah, it really relates to how somebody who's going through pain moves as well. Um, Models are pretty still though. We're gonna continue. These are just more paintings that I'm working on. A lot of them need finishing touches, but as an artist, I feel like we all have those days when we're just stuck on projects that we just can't finish, and maybe we're not meant to finish those projects at that time, and we shouldn't sweat ourselves so much. If you have a deadline, then start working day one. As I continued to become a body artist, I started doing fashion shows. I started doing Spring Awakening Music Fest. I started doing North Coast, and they pay me. Plus, people are giving me tips, and they're giving me whatever. I realized that's not what I wanted to focus on. I wanted to focus on something that would give me away from drugs and partying, and really let me hone into my skills, or give me a reason to, because I wasn't that good at selling paintings, wasn't that good at selling my art. I had to learn these things through business in order to create my own business and to really represent myself and market myself the way that I deserve. Um, if you see right now, I'm wearing a vest that I usually wear when I tattoo, um, unless it's super hot. And I have an apron that I put on right now. Like, the aprons always coming, and the vest is just to keep things nice and secure. I do own a studio right now. It's a private studio, and we do not accept anyone unless they are vaccinated and have proof of their vax card and are 18 years or over. Right now, what I'm sharing is um, a parrot that I had drew in pencil, which is right over here. And then everything else that I'll be showing them is going to be located on this wall right here. You guys can step up anytime, or if you want to pass around these books or just come up and view them. They're just sketchbooks with just some original ideas that may be unfinished or may be finished. Same thing with these paintings or anything over here. Um, I decided to do this study because not enough people were coming in the studio to get things of color or definition, and I believe everyone believes that the price is in the pudding, and they want to see what they are getting before they grab it, and that's why like pictures on menus are like so essential,
So these are
especially
for potential
yeah.
tattoos.
These animal studies, like I've done animals, but I've done a lot of my animals in black and white. So I've decided to do these animal studies in order to show people what I can do with color and what I can do with formations and things like that. Just practicing. Um, I try to practice every day. If I don't have a client or I don't have a a drawing to do, I'll work on a painting. It's all about staying motivated as an artist and really pushing yourself to create something that you're uncomfortable doing. Because if you always do what you love and you always do what you like, how are you ever gonna grow? You know, you have to sometimes draw things that you don't want to draw, so then the things that you want to draw are drawn better. um, because you can learn different things from different forms. I write Suave, right? I write Suave, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna do a flash piece or say a Tracy piece, or what I'm saying, like, bro, like it doesn't matter if it's not your thing. You should still practice it for the sake of practicing. When you're working on with human skin, it's super important that you practice things that you're uncomfortable with, because people want things that you're uncomfortable with. Like those geometry tattoos, they're very hard. Like those are very hard, and I have to hold my breath. But in order to like make the straightest line that you can, you have to get out of that our abstract mindset, and you got to get into that geometric mindset and like understand how that person thinks, so then you and that person can collab on a piece that you both agree on and makes good business. These are some of my tattoo flash, some of my original flash that's right up there. You guys can check it out. These pieces are 100% unclaimed. If you like one of those pieces to get tatted, you guys can ask me and I'll give you a price right on deck. You just let me know how big and we'll have a conversation. If you guys want to see more of my work, follow me on Instagram at SUAVECHICAGO, SUAVE, and Chicago, one word. You can also follow my Facebook. Just send me a message and I will type it out right now for you guys. Oh, this is perfect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow. So right here is wow. Thank you, Tracy. Wow. You snapped. So right here is a piece that I've done recently. It's La Madre de Guadalupe. And she's crying. So my friend was telling me, he's from Mexico, that there's actually a spot in Mexico with the statue. And people worship her and just praise her like, it's a little scary. And the statue is made with her crying blood, like painted blood. This is the tattoo of it, and then a video. You guys can see all of this on my Instagram at SUAVECHICAGO. It's the picture of the cat.
And it'll play your videos on here too.
After doing these pieces here on the wall, I've learned more about color and I was able to accomplish this Joker tattoo with confidence. About lighting, about colorism, about that shading. That shading, it really had helped me. So these pieces right here that I've done translated into that. I appreciate it. Yeah. So you guys, I want to leave this time, the last 30 minutes open for like questions, answers about anything that I didn't cover about myself or about my journey. I know like we had to move a little quickly, but if you guys, if you guys can give me a follow, then that'll be the best way to see my stuff and see if it really aligns with your ideas. Um, it's all about what you're trying to get and how you're trying to get that and how my style can fit to your idea perfectly. As I continue to tattoo, it's become my number one source of income and my only source of income in order to provide for the studio space, for my apartment, for equipment, and for me to go out and still enjoy my life. So, from being to my lowest to the bottom, tattooing has honestly saved my life, and it's kept me inside doing artwork and not on the streets getting in trouble. At this time, I just want everyone to ask questions. You guys can just speak up, just college style, presentation style, or you guys can feel free to write on chat or put your mic on, and then I'll take each question in order the best that I can. Starting off, yes, I actually was in a graffiti crew. I was in Dub CK. I was like 925. I help start and create HTGV, High Times Good Vibes, which is like now F Dub. I've had friends in every crew. But the thing about being in a graffiti crew is that I never found that sense of brotherhood. Like, these guys got my back. And I don't know if that's different with the times, but I've always found different brothers who were part of different crews. And it's all about meeting genuine people. So right now at this time, I run solo and I'm on the streets by myself painting, but I have painted with a lot of different people, and I hope to paint with more people. And because not being in a crew, I can paint with whoever I want without any beef. So that's kind of cool. I got respect for a lot of crews out here, and as long as they're, man, I'm a all city tagger, but I'm not like a super bomber or a train guy. I like doing rooftops and I like doing street smackers. Um, we're gonna move on to an in-person question because they've been waiting. All right,
So at the beginning,
you gotta come up here and yeah.
definitely not happening in the camera though. At the beginning of your interview, you said something about I'm all about like identifying progress and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you said there was a point where you didn't really know much about yourself and stuff like that. So what did being an artist, choosing to try like attempting to identify yourself, being an artist, what did that teach you about yourself? Besides
Yeah.
the fact that you're an artist, like a little
Yeah.
bit more though, like
Yeah.
what did that teach you about yourself as a person?
Yeah, so as a young kid, his question was, to short it up, what did art teach me about identifying myself as a young person through my struggle? Um, I feel right. Okay, I don't want to. All right, so I feel like if I wasn't out there doing graffiti every night and like making my mom mad, and she thought I was gang banging and killing people, I would have been gang banging and killing people. Like, I had so much anger as a kid. Like, I wanted to take it out on something, so I decided to take it out on the system. I would steal whatever I had to steal in order to do art, and in places that I knew I shouldn't, with people that I shouldn't be around, because I wanted to be like them. I wanted to have money and I wanted to do art and jug and do these different things, and I was going down the wrong road in my life. Like, I was messing myself up. If I didn't be like, hey, I'm not gonna chill with you guys tonight. I'm gonna go alone with these 5 cans, and I'm just gonna paint all night until I run out and my mom calls me. If I didn't choose that lifestyle, a different lifestyle would have chose me. So graffiti, in a sense, saved my life, and I'm grateful for graffiti because, in my personal opinion, I feel like the best tattoo artists are graffiti artists, and maybe that's just like an American thing, but I see it in UK, I see it in different places around the world. These graffiti artists, male and female, are just killing it with the tattoos. And you know what they do? They have kids, they have a beautiful home, and they still go out and risk it all to do graffiti because that's what got them there in the first place. You don't quit on who you really are in life. And if you don't know who you are in life, then life is going to choose who you are. And I hope that's the best answer to that question. Exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. And like, I'd rather take heat for being out, and my mom thinks I'm game banging when the whole time, like, I'm elevating. You know.
Anyone want to ask a question?
If anyone wants to ask
gotta come up here.
any questions, you guys can speak really loudly or just come closer.
Yes. That's what I'm.
The next question we have here is, what age were you into graffiti? I would have to say I loved graffiti since I was 9 years old. My first tag was at 11. I started getting up in alleys. like, yeah. I don't think that matters as much as it does to how passionate you are into what you do. Because I know people who do graffiti for a month and they quit. It's about having balls to run from the cops, you know? And if you don't have balls, then you're not meant to be a graffiti artist. No, I know women out here with bigger balls than a lot of these men. And they're some of the best, thank you. They're some of the best graffiti artists here in Chicago. And I look up to them like I'm a toy to them. That's crazy. Another question, you mentioned different art styles that you explored up until this point. Do you think you will always explore different styles, or do you feel you'll have one style? I will always have different styles and change up my styles because life is about change. And like, I know people who can do the same character for years and years and make so much money and brand it, but I'm like a true custom artist. I can do what other tattoo artists do, and it's not biting because it's learning. It's how I adapt my own style while doing someone else's artwork onto your body. I'm not going to deny somebody for wanting a style um, within their own body. That's their body and that's their decision, and I respect their decision. But I will tell them that I will give this piece a twist of my own individuality to show a differential like between the styles. Like, that's my mark on your body and that's your body. That's going to be a collaboration and a moment between me and that client. And that's what makes a great tattoo, and that's what makes someone happy and want to come back. I feel like within my own artwork, oh, my style is going to change, and I will dive into different styles. I never pictured myself being someone who just like loves doing this one abstract my whole life. I want to dive into illustration. I want to dive into calligraphy. I want to dive into um, animation. So your style, like, is never one style. You use different techniques bitten from different styles in order to create more styles. And the more styles you have, that becomes your style. I know people who are stuck on painting the same theme, but having your theme is different than having your style. The next question is, what is it that you like about art in general? The freedom. The freedom. I can work a 9 to 5. I can work 40 hours. I can work anywhere. But there's nobody down your throat when you're doing artwork. There's nobody sweating you about who you are or how long you have to finish that. So, fun fact about these pieces on the wall is that each piece was done between 4 and 5 hours. If I didn't finish this drawing in color pencil within 5 hours, I would scrap it. Scrap it means it's finished, it's done, and it is as is. All those are scrapped. Meaning, if it's 5 hours, then that's it. I have 4 hours. Like, if I finish in 4, good for me, you know? But 5 hours. And this is how I test myself to become better and to become a little more confident with my line work, with my shading, with my coloring. That way people are not suffering under the needle for such a long time. Why would they go to two people charging the same price for the same tattoo they both do at the same type of quality when one guy takes 8 hours and the other guy takes 6. Why wouldn't you want, they both are, it's about working at a speed that's comfortable for you, but working at a speed that makes them comfortable. Same with drawing. You should apply the way that you draw to the thing that you're trying to do. If you're a muralist, why would you be drawing on 11 by 14? You need to go a little bit bigger and start imagining big, right? I know muralists, they're really known for making like these big canvases, right? Like, because they're working on the walls, it's something easy to step down to. I'm working on skin, so working on paper is perfect for me. The next question, does anyone have a question here for me? Anyone here in person have a question? Right now's the time.
I mean, I can reflect for you because I'm someone that did.
Do you have a question?
Actually, no, I'm just reflecting back at you because.
Oh, yeah. Just speak right over here.
This took your life away from being not in challenge, and I understand you and I feel you.
Yeah, like art saved,
I know Tracy, and art actually took away from all this crap in Chicago in my life, and I thank God for all the people that I know.
Also, to go back to you and this person as well, like art. I love art because of how you can express yourself,
exactly.
and how it allows you to escape from this world.
That's
and really get into your own mind.
So
that's what it helps. It helps. Like art is a best friend, and the more that you spend time doing something, and the more busy you are, you notice your health gets better, your mind gets better, because you're working on something that you're passionate about. Nobody is telling you to do it. You do it because you want to do it. And when you have somebody telling you to do it, or you need someone to tell you to do it,
then it's not worth it.
Then that's not your passion.
Yeah, exactly. It's not worth it.
Your passion is something that you wake up in the morning, or you wake up in the middle at night, and you're like, I gotta do this, or I can't sleep. I gotta do this, or I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't continue with what I want to do. And like when it itches you to get better, and you get that itch, it's amazing. You'll never, you will never be over practiced. You will never spend too much time practicing. You will never spend too much time trying to get better. You will never waste time trying to get better. You'll waste time trying to celebrate your accomplishments, but you'll never waste time trying to reach them. Right? Do you guys have any questions up? Because we're about to sum everything up.
I have a couple questions.
Of course.
I'm just wondering, what kinds of things do you see yourself doing in the future too? Because you do tattoos. You've been doing graffiti since you were a kid. You are kind of improving your drawing skills and painting skills, and you've been working on paintings and drawings and what kind of things that you want to do you want to do in the future? That you haven't done yet.
I actually want to get into my roots of doing mural work and just painting productions and stuff like that. Back to graffiti, because I feel like it's going to give me more perspective. I know like a lot of people are like, damn, you're going backwards. Like you're going to vandalize and shit. Like I think I have done wheat pasting. I have. It's really fun. But yeah, I'm just getting into street art, getting back into my roots. It focuses me away from partying, from being under influences, or from being around people who have nothing for me. And it's kind of like something bad for something better, but it's really not that bad, and I feel like it's my freedom. I'd rather be cold doing, like, having that fear of painting than being warm surrounded by drug addicts or people toting guns or acting stupid or trying to party. Every Wednesday here at Any Squared, it's a different environment. People are coming here to work. They're coming here to vibe, to chill out, and to be serene while also being, you know, precautious of COVID and all the mandations that are going on right now. If anyone has any questions or wants to reach my phone number, like I said, at the end of the slideshow is my information. Last slide. Last slide. This is my information. Follow on Instagram at SUAVECHICAGO or Google Hades Underworld Tattoos. Please beware, there is a cat on the premises. If you have any allergies, give us a call and schedule your appointment and let us know in advance. Also requiring all vaccination cards plus IDs before booking. Thank you guys so much. Peace out.
Thanks, Suave, for doing the talk, and it's been good to have it at the studio.
Last question. Have you done anything else that's also art, as in pottery or building things? In terms of sculpting, I've only done things like that for like my mother or my family. I am not experienced in sculpting, but I do have a background in music production, and I do rap, I sing, and I'm creating my own sounds, not as a DJ, but more as a producer, producing his own, work. My cousin is DJ Scoop on Instagram, and he's really famous. He works with a lot of people from Lyrical Lemonade. Um, so he's teaching me the ropes, and yeah, I am not on TikTok, but I will have a TikTok in the future featuring my music and some of my cooking that I do at home. I will have a different TikTok for my tattoos and artwork. Um, my thing is I'm not the best at marketing myself, but with time comes practice, and with practice takes time.
So, do you have any closing remarks?
My closing remark is that thank you guys for joining. Thank you for everything. This has been a real pleasure. And please book your next session at Hades Underworld Tattoo Chicago. Google that, see my stars, see my reviews, and tell me what you think. Peace out.
Yay, thank you, Suave.
Thanks, Suave. Thanks for doing the talk. It's great to have.
Check social media for future Zooms and future streams.